Hello, everyone. Look who I have with me today. Suzanne Lucas Beauchaine and her lovely little doggie. What's your dog's name?
This is Geo.
Hey, everybody. Stay tuned. We're going to talk to Suzanne and Geo. Celebrating women one conversation at a time here at Classy and Sassy. Stay tuned. We're going to have a great show.
Welcome to Classy and Sassy with your host, Yvette Beamer. Yvette is dedicated to her faith, family, friends, and women from all generations while giving back to the community in various ways. I am blessed to have you in my audience and hope you enjoy the show.
Suzanne, oh my goodness, Geo is so cute. Animal lovers, look at this little, what kind of dog is this?
He's a multi-poo.
A multi-poo?
A multi-poo, yes. Maltese and poodle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he specializes in poo.
Some of us also specialize in poo. Not me, of course.
Oh, of course not.
But we are here with Suzanne Lucas Beauchaine, and I love your name, by the way. It's so chic.
Oh.
Suzanne Lucas Beauchaine, like an actress or something like that.
Well, it's the guy I married, but I always tease him that his family didn't know when to quit buying vowels. They just kept adding them, and it just keeps going.
Oh, you do good on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're here today. I'm glad that you're able to sit with me. Listen, guys, she helped me out of a little jam with my Facebook. I love it when women come together and help support one another. It doesn't really do anything for her, but she's helping me because she understands I needed help. So I thank you for helping me. She's, teaching me. And it isn't that I'm going to say, oh, Suzanne, I need you to do it all. She's teaching me. And she's taking her talent and what she knows about Facebook, and she's helping me with it. So I just want to give you a shout out and say thank you. She did the same thing to our Rotary, for our Rotary, actually. And we're in Land O'Lakes Rotary together. And so we always have a good time, and she's great at social media. But apparently she owned a consignment shop, which is like my favorite thing in the world to do. Tell me about that, how you started in the biz with consignment.
Okay, well, a number of years ago, I had this vision of what the area around 54 and I-75 is going to look like.
Okay.
You guys know what it looks like now. Mm-hmm. This is before the mall went in, but they were talking about it.
Right.
I was 10 years too early, though, was the only thing.
Oh.
So anyway, I decided I wanted to go into business for myself. I was researching all these different franchises, but I loved the consignment shop that was close by to home here. In fact, it was originally located at Sunset and 41.
What was the name of it?
Classy Consignment.
Oh, look at that.
Which I thought you'd like.
Going on here,
I thought you would
people.
like that name.
Yes.
So Classy Consignment, and it was owned by a young lady named Brett for 10 years.
Okay.
And she was ready to get out of the business and sell the business. And I was kind of debating if I would like to schlep clothes around and do that kind of thing. But my husband said that's perfect for you because he's got insight. I won't tell him that. He's not going to see this.
No,
anyway,
we don't tell men stuff like that.
So anyway, I decided that while I had my Monday through Friday job, I was going to go work with her at the store on Saturdays to feel it.
Okay.
And learn it. And see.
Just kind of check it out.
Well, I took to it like a duck to water. It was awesome. I loved it. So then I went to take over, and that shopping center would not renew the lease and let me stay there, unfortunately, because I could have done some cool stuff, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Right.
So I ended up renting a space at Collier and 54 where Kmart used to be.
Oh, okay. I think it's like a church.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a church.
And the Flying Squirrel, part of it, that Flying Squirrel. Okay. But to be exact, which part, where the Dickie's barbecue is.
Honey, I know where every Dickie's barbecue is.
That's right, Dickie's. Well, that was my spot.
Okay, yes.
So I moved in there and had to do the build out and get it all set up and painted it all pink. And it was wonderful.
It sounds delightful.
However, I opened 1 month before the bubble burst on the recession of 2008.
Oh my gosh.
So,
but you would think people would like being in that regard. They're looking for something with better quality but a little bit more affordable.
Well, everybody said that to me, and that's
Yes.
true to an extent, but the bigger picture was everybody wanted to sell their stuff and they were not buying as much as they
Yeah,
were.
that makes sense.
So I still sold a good amount of merchandise, and then I started diversifying what I carried from the original model, and I got heavily into designer handbags and designer name shoes, and then I had a plethora of formal gowns, whether they were for mature women or a lot of prom gowns. And then I went into renting tuxedos.
Okay.
So I was covering all that. So we did stay in business for 5 years. And
okay.
and then we decided that the struggle is real.
Yeah.
And
You just made choices to...
no regrets whatsoever.
Good for you.
No regrets whatsoever. I feel so grateful and blessed that I had that experience.
I don't really like the word regret anyway. I think sometimes the Lord allows us to go through things to teach us for the next season or the next phase in our life. I mean, obviously, if we made choices that we were like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. But, definitely don't.
There's some mindset, but no.
Harp on it and go and let it lead your life all the time. So regret is just...
No. Well, I
teaching.
mean, in some respect, I guess I even think that way or say it because it was a quote unquote failed business, but yet it really wasn't. It was, I was in the black when we closed shop.
Well, that's a success.
It was
right
great.
There.
I made sure I paid every single person off, because sometimes you hear about consignment shops closing in the night and their things disappearing.
Yeah.
And my clients were wonderful. And to this day, I closed that shop in 2013, and I still run into women that will stop me and hug me and say, "Oh, I missed your store. It was so
Aww.
wonderful." So it's great.
About the relationships that you make. I mean, I would have been in there all the time looking for shoes. Let's just face it.
Oh, well.
Especially the designers. I'm like really into
The whole
all
store
of that.
was my closet.
Isn't that nice?
It was a blast.
You could go in there. I kind of I love shopping. I think it's very therapeutic, to be honest with you. I'd rather go shopping because it's in air conditioned. I don't like the outside malls. I could do a flea market every now and again. But for the most part, I just think it's very therapeutic to be able to look through things. And, sometimes I put things in my cart and then I put it back and, those kinds of things.
The browsing and looking and comparing and thinking is its own zen.
Yeah.
You get in the zone.
How many of our beautiful women out there love to shop? There are a lot of women who hate to shop.
Oh no, I love to
They'd
shop.
rather just go in, pick the one thing. My husband's like that. So whenever we say, oh, we're going to go shopping together, I'm like, yeah, right. We're really going to know. He's going to go in and get what he wants, and then he's going to follow me around and wait for me to get done. He's like, are you done yet? Are you done yet? So that's really, I like to go by myself or with a girls' day. What do you think?
Well, and if you go with the girls' day, you have to have somebody that's a compatible shopper.
Right.
Because some women are the faster shoppers than the others, and some lollygag longer than I want to, but that takes a good amount. So you need a compatible shopper.
You're right, because my sister loves just picking up, touching, looking at everything, and she's a great shopper. She has an eBay store, and she loves doing that stuff. Yeah. And so you did the consignment, and then I believe when I met you, you were at the Laker. Where I met this beautiful woman who's very talented and has a little cuckoo. What is it?
He's a multi-poo.
A multi-poo.
And I tell you his name is Gio. His full name is Giorgio Armani. That was because he was in the classy consignment when I had
Giorgio Armani,
but he doesn't know he's all that. But he's just Gio.
Okay.
So anyway. Yeah, so I announced that I was closing up my store, and I was winding things up and selling my fixtures and doing all that kind of thing. And I was involved with, at that time, Wesley Chapel Chamber and Central Pasco Chamber. I had a ribbon cutting and did all those kind of things. So I had started, networking with the community. But I also did my share of marketing, and one of the publications I advertised in was the Laker, Leafs News. Well, I got to know the publisher, and when she heard I was leaving, she came in and started saying, Suzanne, you need to come work with me. You need to come work with me.
Isn't that nice?
And that just goes to show what networking can do for you for the next steps in your life. So as it did play out, yes, I went to work for the Laker.
And then I think... who all knows who Hungry Harry's is, that barbecue place over there on 41?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very delicious. And they served up a breakfast. That's kind of where I kind of got introduced, because I came out to do some work for a firm that I work with. And so I'm out here and I'm learning. So I kind of like to say thank you. You and several other women kind of took me under their wing and introduced me to people and made me feel comfortable and confident. And that's what women should do, really. I love being like a hostess and making sure people feel comfortable, because it is very, it's not, if you're not an outgoing person and a talkative person, it can be hard. It can be intimidating to go into a room full of people,
Sure,
and try to get to know everybody, especially when you can see that usually when you network and you stay consistent, you get to know people. And that's how the referrals start happening, is when you have a personal relationship really with people. And it can be intimidating.
Oh, totally. But you're really good at, you talk to new people and you're welcoming, and you're
thank
really
you.
good at that.
Yeah.
So that's very helpful.
Because I know that if I go into a group, and it's not fun if you're sitting around and nobody's like offering their name.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, I'm easy. I love going and doing that. But other than that, so you did the Laker, Chambers, and all those sort of things. And now you're working for another place, and I bought my washer and dryer from her, guys. Again, I wouldn't have. Very personal service. I called her. I didn't even go in. She sent me pictures. It was all done over the phone. That's how some things, like with the car and those kinds of things, I hate sitting at a car lot for hours.
Those things are not fun shopping.
No,
That's not fun.
No, that's not fun. That's to me, it's just very pressureful. Not all car dealers are like that, or car lots, let's be fair. But for the most part, I'd rather just go in, get everything done, sign, and say, hey, this is my new car. See you later.
Yeah.
So you are so we talked about like I'm a grandma, she's a grandma. My grandma name is Glammy. What is your grandma name?
Gma.
So there you have it. She's a Gma. How do you like being a Gma?
Oh my gosh. It is. I've heard women say this before. If they had known, they would have been the grandma or Gma first before having your. But you have to have your own kids to become one.
Yes, you do. It works like that. Yes.
Yeah. But this Gma gig is the best.
I love being a Glammy. And
that works for you.
Yes, I love being a Glammy, and it was so funny. I was initially going to be Glamaw, and then the kids kind of tagged the Glammy. And I love being a Glammy as well. It is definitely, like, I don't get to see them enough, and my heart hurts sometimes because I see them on Facebook, and they're growing so fast. And there's so many things that I would love to instill in them. Not that my daughter is an excellent mother. She's a wonderful mother, and they've got great fathers.
How old are your grandbabies?
Jackson's going to be 7, and Jacob's, I think, going to be 3. And they're just in that good time where they're learning things, and their face lights up, and you just like to have a good time with them. And I also like to leave them with their parents when I'm done.
That's exactly that's the point why it's so cool. Because the love is there, like when you were handed your own baby. The love is the same.
Yeah.
But
the responsibility is a little different.
Yeah, and it's like I'm gonna just love on them and just feel all those wonderful feelings, and then hand them back,
and then give them back, and that's the way.
It's perfect.
That's the way grandparentage works. We instill in them everything that we know and we love, and I'm gonna get to. By the time this goes out, I would have probably been to Rhode Island and back. I'm getting ready to go see them, and I just I miss them. It's something that. When you have them, you don't realize it. And, but yeah, it would be good if we could, but it's not, it's not feasible. My son, I call him my son, but my son-in-law, but my son is a firefighter, and he's very smart, and he loves to cook. And, but just my daughter, Brittany, she's a nurse, and she's awesome. And my son he sells insurance. His name's Donnie. Yeah, some of you guys know him. All my kids, most people. But for the most part, I love my family. And I think there's nothing better than your family and having a great family. And
totally.
Did you come from a really good system that way in your family, like a good parents, or that kind of thing? How was your childhood?
Well, first of all, I was an only child.
Oh, okay.
And no, well, in my opinion, I was not spoiled, but that.
Well, there was extra love to give.
There was a lot of love to give.
Yeah.
And so my parents, it was just me. There were challenges financially for them.
Yeah.
Although they still put me in private school, part of my upbringing. So,
Really?
I know that they did everything they could for
and
me.
looking back, I would think that's monetarily a sacrifice.
As an adult,
Yeah.
I can definitely really appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't think growing up we can as
No,
kids.
you don't understand it as a kid.
Yeah.
But I know they made sacrifices for me. Our relationship I know I was loved and I loved them, but it was challenging at times with my mom.
Yeah.
So, but still, I think when all was said and done, I mean, she passed away in 2019.
Aww.
Dad passed away in 2012. And, of course, she had a really hard time with my dad being gone and her being alone. And I did what I could, and I feel in my conscience and in my heart that I took care of her the best I could.
Yeah.
And until it was, her time to go. But
well, let's be clear. Being a caretaker is not easy, and I know that there's women out there. We care. I was a caretaker along with my husband with his mom and his dad. And when I say caretaker, we worked, we took care of it, and we made it work. But it's not easy. And my mom was caretaker for my grandmother for a very long time. My grandmother was blind. And so we were around that atmosphere of giving and caring. And my one sister is a nurse. I have there's a lot of medical profession in our family. And so we just kind of grew up watching my mother give everything to her mom and to the kids. And I do think sometimes you do lose yourself when you're a caretaker.
Oh, yes.
And you have to, like my mom, when you say, I think sometimes, do you guys agree out there that, women, when they lose their husbands, that their heart's completely broken?
Sure.
And same with a man. I think men remarry quicker, though. What do you think about?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't,
because they can't do anything on their own.
Yeah.
They need help with a lot of stuff.
They need help with it. They're like a lost little boy a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Men don't do as well alone as women do.
Yeah.
But women are better about creating relationships with other women.
Yeah.
And getting out and having that part of their life. Men are not as good at that.
You're right.
I try to get my husband to leave the house and go
do
out
stuff.
He won't go anywhere. But I can't complain. He's home.
Yeah, no. I wonder if it's the age thing. Like my husband's kind of the same way. Like when we were younger, we went out, we were with friends. Now we have a very small collective group of friends, and he would just prefer to stay home and watch hockey and watch football and that's it. And of course, do things with our kids and when they come to visiting, and nothing like that. Not a hermit. But and I think he just enjoys the solace. He likes being, in his own space.
Mine is a huge sports fan.
Yeah.
He's Buccaneers all day, every day.
We're Dolphins, Lightning.
Okay, and he's into Lightning right now, and it rays on and on. He's on his baseball, but he loves his sports. I've come home with tickets, and he turns them down. He says, I'd rather sit in my chair where I can hear it
in the
and
air
watch
condition.
It. And well, he sits outside.
Does he?
Yeah, he wants to
Who
be
wants to sit outside
I don't know.
on the I'm going to go outside.
No, I'm in the AC and he's out there. But it doesn't make sense to me, but that's what he's used to. But anyway, so if I get tickets to a game, I usually go with a girlfriend or something because the sport is fun and I can get into some of it, but I'm there for the party. I wanna just have fun.
I tell you what, I don't mind saying it, women and beautiful ladies out there. I am straight up menopausal, and it is crazy sometimes. But I know you say your post, and how does that work? I know that my husband has to be very patient sometimes because as much as I am so nice and I love people, I can get to where I want to. And I have to pray a lot and listen to a lot of worship music to get me. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's the heat. It's the extreme sweats, the heat.
You doing the hot flashes?
Oh, well, they're more than a hot flash. I'm literally in hell.
And
I'm not saying that as a swear word, ladies. I'm saying that we're in HE double hockey sticks hell when I go through a heat flash. And they change. They're changing. So if you're out there and you're suffering, I'll say a prayer for you because I think I'm in it for another few more years, to be honest with you.
Well, okay, so I'm 61.
Oh my God! No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Come on, people. She's
No.
61.
I know. There was look. I kept saying I want to pull this back. Okay,
Yeah.
so anyway,
You know what you do? You get like a special chain. And
I need a clip right here. See, look at that. That just took a couple of years
Let's
off.
see.
You see that? I just grabbed the back of my neck. You see that?
Girl.
But anyway,
You're beautiful. Don't.
Well, thank you. You're sweet. So anyway, but I was so ripped off because I was still having my cycles at 54, and my
Okay.
mother was 51, and they stopped. And they were evil. They were
Yeah.
evil, and talk about irritable and nasty and emotional and everything to
Yeah.
go with it, and then the pain.
Yeah.
So I, was going to a gynecologist, and one would not do they wouldn't give me a hysterectomy.
Yeah.
And so be it. Then they've said, oh, you've got fibroid tumors. That's what's causing your problem. We want to go in and just zap the tumor. And I'm like, I want you to do more than that.
Yeah.
Because they said it may or may not be successful, and we may have to go in again. Well, I don't need any of that stuff in there.
I know, that's what's crazy. When I had my hysterectomy, they had to do some per the insurance, and we wonder why insurance is so expensive. And they made my doctor do a procedure that we knew wasn't going to fix it.
That's why
we had to do this procedure, and then a month later, and I'm here like I don't want to pay another deductible. So I had to have a complete hysterectomy. So ladies out there, I know there's some of you who aren't menopausal. There's some of you are post, pre. You're still 30 and enjoying life, whatever. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying life. I'm just saying I'm enjoying it, but it's hot.
So anyway, I had to change to a different doctor.
Okay.
In order to get what I wanted, they did an ablation.
Okay, yeah.
And for anybody that doesn't know, that's a burning of the lining of the uterus.
Yep, I had to have one of those.
Okay, so I had that, and that was go to the hospital day outpatient.
Yeah.
They did the thing.
Yeah.
They put me under. They did the thing, and I went home. A little bit of post bleeding.
Yeah.
Then stopped, and then I was done.
Yeah.
Done. And I did not go through the full-fledged, the hot flashes and all the menopausal symptoms. I was done.
I am positive that at the beginning of creation, when Adam and Eve was created, choices were made, ladies, and it definitely was not on our side. I'm just going to tell you.
But we've got a lot. We make the babies, and we have to do all the other stuff that goes with it. And
so what Suzanne and I would like to say to you is that you can enjoy life. You don't have to live in regret. I've learned that she is 61 and looks like she's 50. I'm not even lying.
She's too kind.
No, I'm serious. And if you haven't noticed, we're on location here. She has a beautiful home. Her husband is awesome. And I just want to encourage women that hang in there if you're having a terrible time in life. Look at it as a growing. Look at it as learning. Mm-hmm. Look at it as, what does God want to teach you? I would learn it quick because you don't want to go around the mountain again. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
I mean, learn from your mistakes, but we want you to go and have a classy and sassy kind of day. And we're just here sharing the fact that, women go through a lot of things and we bear a lot, and but we're awesome. And Jesus loves us. We love you. And do you want to say anything special or nice to anybody out there?
No, just that I love this community.
Yeah.
I love being in northern Hillsborough and Pasco County.
Mm-hmm.
And always remember that you have people around you that are willing to help you. Just reach out.
That's right, women. If you know somebody's trying to meet a goal or have a dream come true, help them with that dream. It's
Definitely.
only going to help you. And I don't know. I can't speak for every woman. There's some women that might look at it as competition or whatever, but we all have to support one another, and that's kind of what this show is about, just in being encouraging. Obviously, my faith is very important to me. I love the Lord, and if for some reason you're struggling, put a little chat in there, your name. You don't have to say what it is. Our God knows what you're going through, and I'm happy to pray for you and pray with you. So, Suzanne, Lucas Beauchaine, and this, I don't want to wake up the dog.
He's sleeping.
But Gio is, we're going to tell you to have a great, classy and sassy day where we're celebrating women one conversation at a time. Thank you, Suzanne, for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me. This was great.
Love you, girl. You guys are going to start seeing some stuff on Facebook because she's helping me.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all have a great day now, okay?
Take care.
See ya.